Try reading exercise number 3 and time yourself. Give yourself 2 minutes to complete this. Number 1. According to the data in the chart, China and Canada have a similar amount of roadways, combined have more kilometers of roadways than the United States, combined have fewer kilometers of roadways than the United States, or use different units of measurement from each other to calculate road length. Well, let's take a look here. According to the chart, China and Canada, so we're looking at China, which is right over here, and Canada right over here. Do they have a similar amount of roadways? No, absolutely not. Canada has about 1 million, just maybe 1.1, so maybe 1.1 million kilometers of roadways, and China has about 4.1. So China has about 4.1 million kilometers of roadways. So they don't have a similar amount. China has 4 times as many roads or length of roadways as Canada does. So this is just factually incorrect. Letter choice B. They combined have more kilometers of roadways than the United States. Well, let's take a look. So Canada has about 1.1, China has about 4. So, if I put Canada's over here, it'll roughly be here. We'll be a little generous to them. Somewhere over here, it'll extend it out right there. And is that going to be more kilometers of roadways than the United States? And the United States is right over here. And that is not going to be correct. They don't have more kilometers of roadways than the United States. So that's incorrect. Do they combined have fewer kilometers of roadways than the United States? Yes, that's correct. If you combine China and Canada, they combined have much less than the United States. The United States has about 6.5, 6.6, and collectively these two will have maybe, optimistically speaking, 5.3 if we're being generous. So in this instance, they do have fewer kilometers of roadways, but let's check our final one to make sure that we're not skipping anything. Use different units of measurements from each other to calculate road length. There's nothing in here that suggests that they use different units of measurements, which means one would use miles and the other one would use kilometers. But that's still, even if they did use different road lengths, it wouldn't make a difference in the total length of the road itself, because everything here is measured in kilometers. All the figures, facts and figures here are given in kilometers. So it's giving it to us in the same units. So we don't really have to worry about them using different units, even if they do. Even if one uses miles, the other one uses kilometers, it's reported in kilometers. So we don't really have to worry about that. So this is your potato answer. The letter choice D is your potato answer. And that leaves us with one answer, answer choice C. Number 2, does the data in the graph support the claim the author makes on lines 3 to 4? So lines 3 to 4, here's the claim. China and India are both poised to overtake the United States in terms of length of roadways by 2020. This is a claim. It's saying that by 2020, China and India, right? China and India. So we're looking at China right here and India right over here. They're poised to take over the United States in terms of length of roadways by 2020. Is there any evidence to support this? Does the data in the chart support this? No, it in fact does not, because this data gives us a snapshot in 2015, right? It tells us this was the case in 2015. This tells us nothing about a trend over time. It is just giving us a single snapshot in 2015 from the CIA World Factbook. There's nothing here to indicate that anything is increasing or decreasing, or that one is increasing faster than the other. So there's no way we can provide any evidence for this particular claim. It may be referring to a different graphic that's not here, but there's definitely no way to provide any evidence with this graphic for this particular claim here. So A and B will immediately be out because they're both answering yes in the affirmative. And C, no, because the chart expresses length in kilometers and the author's argument expresses length in miles. There's, first of all, nothing in miles, so miles doesn't even show up in the actual argument that the author makes. And even if it was, what difference does it make, right? All it's talking about is the length of the roadways. All it's talking about is a length, and length is given in kilometers or miles, and they're not going to take over. There's nothing here to suggest that India and China will take over the United States in terms of length of roadways. So it doesn't really matter what they express it in. So C is out, which leaves us with D. That is our correct answer. No, because the chart does not show changes over time. That's the key word. This is just a singular snapshot of one moment in time or one particular year out of several years, and it does not show us any changes over time. Therefore, D is our correct answer.